Welcome back. It's now time for The Choice, where we look at the policy proposals of President Barack Obama and Mitt Romney and how they affect all Americans, but especially African Americans. Today, it's all about higher education, both 4-year and 2-year community colleges. And it's important because our college graduation rates are worse than any other developed nation. And there are 2 studies, one from Harvard and one from the National Center for Education Statistics, measured the percentage of students who failed to complete their 4-year college degree within 6 years. All 4-year colleges, 44%. Private for-profit colleges, 78%. Private nonprofit colleges, 35%. Public colleges, 45%. The percentage of students who failed to get their degree in 3 years at 2-year community colleges was 71%. Now, with college costs skyrocketing, student debt now over $1 trillion, and 53% of recent college graduates either unemployed or underemployed, post-high school education is certainly a mess. So, what will the candidates do to try to fix it? Well, Mitt Romney says he has a 4-point plan. Simplify and consolidate the existing student aid programs like Pell Grants. Cut the expenditures for those programs. Send some of the savings to states and block grants to let states decide how to spend it. Return the student loan program back to private lenders and encourage the growth of for-profit colleges. President Obama proposes these plans. Increase the amount and availability of grants for tuition. Continue the tax credit for college costs. Limit student loan repayments to a percentage of a borrower's income. Crack down on for-profit colleges and slow the growth of college costs by 50%. Here to dig into these plans are Judith Browne Dianis, co-director of the Advancement Project, and Dr. Leslie Fenwick, Dean of the School of Education at Howard University. Folks, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, when you see these 2 particular plans, what really jumps out? President Barack Obama pushed through changes to the student loan program, saying we don't need the middlemen. Those bankers were essentially being passed through and reaping significant profits just by simply being there. Mitt Romney says, let's go back to that system. Your thoughts?
So I mean, this comes down to who's going to be the one that gives us the most opportunity to go to college,
right,
to finish it, and be able to stand on our feet afterwards, right? Because Mitt Romney's plan is shop around, his words, shop around for the best deal, and then borrow money from your parents. And Obama wants to increase Pell Grants. Or do we want the person who's going to expand opportunity with the help of government?
Absolutely. And so if you're looking at African Americans' access to colleges and universities at a time when states have retracted from their role in higher education, reduced resources available to support even state institutions, and the cost of higher education thus has been raised relative to tuition, we need a plan that expands opportunity and expands access to financial resources to support higher education.
Now, I didn't hear anything in Mitt Romney's plan dealing with community colleges, 2-year colleges. President Obama has been very aggressive in his first term in saying we must take advantage of those colleges because the reality is 65% of the jobs in this country are really trained by folks who go to community colleges.
Yeah, more than 70% of African American students with high school diplomas who are in the 11 southeastern and southern states are in community colleges. So it was a targeted and important audience to address. If you're looking to capture African American students who are interested in post-secondary education, community colleges are the place to go.
Whereas Romney, loves the for-profit college model. And so for him, expanding those opportunities and also being allowed to have government money go to those for-profit universities, that's his kind of plan of how you get vocational training, you get to move people into new jobs as they open up.
I do want to deal with this whole issue of building a skill set. And I've said this on this show, and some people think it, for some reason, is controversial. And that is, the reality is, everybody is not designed to, nor should they go to college. Now, somebody at home is freaking out saying, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. But the reality is, it's simply true. Now, Should we have a stronger, you mentioned vocational, should we have stronger vocational programs in this country for the folks, frankly, who shouldn't be on the campus of Howard? Because when they're getting those student loans, they can't compete. Then they drop out. Now they have a high cause the university have a higher default rate. Their debt goes up. What kind of training should we have? Bob Johnson's been on this show. His ex-wife Sheila Johnson, also both major business folks. They say we have a lack of skill set in this country, and we need to pay attention to that as well. Your thoughts?
Look, you know, I'm going to push back a little bit on that, Roland. Only about 23 to 26% of the American population goes to college and gets a bachelor's degree or any post-secondary degree. So we know that our economy is not built on college graduates. Our economy is built on people who don't have those credentials. And we still have a manufacturing base, or should have a manufacturing base, in this country.
My point is, when we talk about higher education, I think we have to expand our notion of higher education. Say four-year institutions, two-year institutions, but also programs that, frankly, are post-secondary. Still where you're building a skill set where people can compete as opposed to having low-wage jobs.
Right. Just like, I mean, the green jobs movement, right? We need people that can fill these new jobs. I mean, and but we have to line them up with the kind of expanding employment opportunities, right? And part of the problem, I think, with the for-profit industry is that it's not necessarily aligned, and that there really hasn't been a shown track record of moving people into jobs. So people are coming out, just like college, coming out with no jobs, thinking they're guaranteed a job because they went into this particular program, but not being able to complete and not being able to get a job. And so we have to have alignment.
Is there really anything a president could actually do to affect tuition? Because the reality is, if you're dealing with a state university, that's really not a president's call.
I think that a president can do something, which is use the bully pulpit to encourage governors to invest in higher education in their state. We began in 1985 to see a disinvestment from higher education by state governments, and so any encouragement to governors to put money into state institutions would help.
Okay. Judith and Leslie, I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.